Yeah, that's when you're driving along, electrical things getting overheated, huh? Mars conjunct Uranus here also means that environmentalists are going to become more active, that individuals, remember the Occupy movement? There's a lot of people out there who got sidelined because of these politicians fool around games, and they're not going to be happy. When Mars hits Uranus, they could be aggressive, there could be some fighting here, and at the very least some destruction. So Mercury here is going direct. Thing is, it's going direct right next to Neptune. Neptune's at 4 Pisces, Mercury's going to stop at 5 on the 17th, and at 10 a.m. That's Sunday. So I hope you didn't turn your income tax in. Don't turn it in until after Mercury goes forward. After Sunday, you know, much better to do paperwork and not have to do it again. However, when Mercury stops and conjuncts Neptune, there could be some real confusion. I saw one cardinal on TV today that was apologizing for his past sexual conduct. He said he knew he wasn't up to standards, and this old fellow apologized, asked for forgiveness. Pretty cool. Neptune has a good side. Well, let's see how it looks day by day. We're going to run the moon around the edge of the planetary pattern, and as the moon makes angles to the various planets, I have these little notes here that tells me what it's like. Here, if you're on Thursday, March 14th, it's very spiritual. In the middle of the day, the moon is in Taurus, and it's sextiling Mercury and Neptune. Starts with Neptune. Play some music. Pretty soon you'll get information. Dreamy stuff, maybe. I'd be a little careful about the information you get here. But it's a dreamy day on Thursday. On early Friday morning, about 4 a.m., here's a trine to Pluto. There's some discovery if you get up early enough. However, here is a problem with Saturn. The moon's opposing that nasty old Saturn. Early Friday morning, it's going to be cold, icy, slow. Here's a time when it's going to be hard to avoid delays with your pocket astrologer because Saturn is acting up. And he's going to slow everybody down and scare everybody a little bit and ice things up Friday morning, the 15th. By the time you get to Friday night, the moon goes by the south node. Everybody feels like they need help. Yeah. Saturday morning, a lot better. Early in the morning here. Here's 4 5 a.m. Depends on your time zone. Here's a nice sextile to Venus. She's in Pisces. She's feeling loving and sexy. And stay in bed Saturday. At least get some relaxation, huh? Middle of the day, there's a sextile to the sun. Make some plans. You want to get something done here? Well, this is the time to make some plans. Because up ahead, Saturday night, here's a sextile to Mars. Physical activity is in order. Get out and do some work. Oh, this is late. Here's 11 o'clock midnight here, Hawaiian time. Now what happened here is Saturday after dinner on the 16th, the moon went into Gemini, and it starts feeling more electric. So it's pretty busy here when the moon hits that sextile to Mars. And here is a nasty square to Mercury. Yeah, it's Sunday morning. That's when Mercury goes direct. And so this is a very difficult time for talking, for letters, for communication, for the kids. Your mind could have trouble working a little bit. The part of your mind that makes words, not the picturing part. So don't expect to be understood if you're talking Sunday morning. Better not to talk. Here, about breakfast time and into lunch, there's a sextile to Uranus. Talk on the telephone. Yes, use your higher mind. There's an enlightenment period here on Sunday the 17th. It's coming from Uranus, the environmentalist, the scientist, yes, and here's a conjunction to Jupiter. That happens in the afternoon of Sunday the 17th. And, you know, there should be wisdom lightning bolts of truth flying around on Sunday. If you can ignore the chatter that happens early Sunday morning, your mind won't stop. We used to call this the mad monkey of the mind. And an awful lot of meditation is trying to calm that ongoing dialogue, word-making Mercury, the rider on the horse. So, do your meditations in the afternoon, and you'll get those lightning bolts instead of all that chatter from Sunday morning. Moon's still in Gemini on Monday, March 18th. It's kind of nondescript in the middle of the day, through the day, in fact. When you get to Tuesday, the 19th, the first part of it, the moon's still in Gemini, squares Venus. Can't get no rest. There's no love. There's no sex. Tuesday morning doesn't feel so hot. There's a square to the sun here before lunchtime, around breakfast, and I'm not getting anything done, and I can't get no satisfaction. Very frustrating Tuesday morning until you get to Tuesday afternoon. Here's a sextile to Neptune and to Mercury. Here's music. The kids are happy. Have some faith. Use your feelings and your higher hearts and communicate that stuff, and things will be fine. Well, I'm not sure they'll be fine, because here's late Tuesday night and we're getting into the Mars-Uranus zone. Yeah, here's the square to Mars. Everybody's tempers flying around. There may be fires, there may be fights. People want to be independent and free. It's a difficult time. There's an opposition to Pluto here. Power and control issues come up Tuesday night. It's my territory. It looks like gang fights to me, because Uranus has to do with the gangs and stuff, and they're very aggressive, and there's an opposition to Pluto. So if you don't listen to the kids and your own higher heart and spend some time getting down to practical brass tacks, because here is a trine to Saturn, you could wind up with kind of exaggerated, uncontrollable temper tantrums all of a sudden. Tuesday night and on into Wednesday morning. This is a time to take some extra care, and especially when driving. And when you're using electrical things here, keep one hand in your pocket, because they're going to overheat, they're going to misbehave, there's going to be trouble with electricity, there's going to be extreme winds, tornadoes. You could have some quakes here that would be disturbing. But mostly this is high wind, very aggressive wind. The moon's in Cancer when all this happens. And as you go through Wednesday, hopefully it starts to calm down on the 20th. By the time you get to Thursday, the 21st, the moon's still in Cancer. And now you're hitting the sweet zone. Because after dinner, here's a nice trine to Venus. Nice. She's gone into Aries and she's feeling more randy, and there's better vibes, and you can get stuff done here. Here's a trine to the sun late Thursday night. This is like midnight. Friday morning, the moon is still in Leo, and there's some goodies here. Here's a nice trine to Mars. Here you can use some of that energy to get something done. And here's Uranus and Jupiter and sextile and trine. And this is a good time to check those electrical connections and those batteries. And, it may cost you some money to fix some stuff, but it'll be well worth doing. And Friday is a good time to get the job done and fix things and do physical stuff. And then you'll have some enlightenment from the mind, some secular ideas Friday night from Uranus and Jupiter. Hope you enjoy. Think about what I'm saying here about time, study of time, and what are we doing if we go out on a certain chart? Are we manipulating reality? Did the S people manipulate reality with creating a parking place? Yeah, these are serious questions. I'm not sure myself, what's really going on. I just only know the things that work, and astrology works, and hope you use it. Do you know your rising sign? If you don't know your rising sign, you're missing out on the whole thing here. Yeah. The moon's in Leo. That's important. If your rising is Leo, it gives you power. And then Sunday morning early, the moon goes into Virgo, and all the Virgos will get power, the Virgo rising people. Your sun sign is the men, the father figures. It has to do with your character, how you go about doing things. Your rising sign is you. You need the exact time from your birth certificate. You don't know it, can't calculate it, call me up. I'll put you in the computer and give you your rising sign. It's no charge, free service. Here's a square to no, this is an opposition. Oh boy. Here we got confusion, and we got lost kids, and we got water and liquid problems. Sunday the 24th, confusion and delusion reigns. Oh boy, at least Mercury's gone forward, huh? On Monday morning, real early, here is the trine to Pluto and the sextile to Saturn, and there's some grounding here. But there's a square to Jupiter, and we're still overdoing it. So you're going to have trouble getting to sleep Sunday night. So I hope your Monday is well organized, and don't try to do too much. Okay? And those are the times in our shameful age when astrology is only used for the cutting of corns and gilding of pigs. Boo! Here's a short training clip on your driving, avoiding drive delays. All right, driving, here's the rising sign on a chart. Okay, first house, second house. Here's the third house of the horoscope, whether it's yours or the chart of now. This has to do with short trips, driving in your car. If you want to hit all green lights, you want Saturn over here and making a 60-degree sextile to the rising sign. If you wait till Saturn's down here, you're going to hit all red lights, because this square is a 90-degree square to the rising sign. Sextile, okay, square. All right, here's the way the pocket astrologer looks on your phone. Now, the pocket astrologer gives you the planetary longitudes. Here's Saturn, right? At 11 Scorpio, and then down here, here's the edge of each of the houses, and so the fourth starts at 21 Scorpio, but you're after the third. It starts at 22 Libra. That's this place where you get good 30-degree angles to the rising sign. You can see here the rising sign is at 21 Leo, and the cusp, the edge of the third house, is at 22 Libra. So Libra to Leo is a sextile, and they're both at the same number. Okay, here's the actual picture, and over here on the left is the rising sign. See the Leo, the line over here, and here is the cusp of the third. Now it just so happens where I'm at right now, Saturn is working its way over to here, where it's very bad. Now that's 11 to 21 degrees, that's 10 degrees, that's 40 minutes it'll take for Saturn to move over here to really give you red lights. When Saturn hits this number, squares the rising sign, don't leave. Okay, we moved the pocket astrologer back. You can move it in the future, you can move it in the past. Here is where you want Saturn. Here's where the green lights are, right on the edge of the third. Now, you want it before the sextile is exact. The pocket astrologer has an ephemeris. All right, now you want it before. Here's the rising sign at 12 Virgo 26, and Saturn is at 11:27. And so this is perfect. Good time to leave. We've got the exact sextile, and it's approaching the sextile, the 60-degree time. Leave like this. You'll see. Got questions?